Now, late last week, we managed to catch up with a couple of WWE superstars while they were in town for the Smackdown shows around Australia. We talked to Big Show, we talked to Kelly about their involvement in Smackdown Vs Raw for this year, and I also managed to win the belt from Big Show. I totally beat him, seriously. It's not in this footage, but you can see what else we talked about coming up right now.
Hey everyone, this is Randolph here. We have some very special guests right now. We have WWE superstar Big Show, who's got my notes. We have WWE diva Kelly, who is being cute and nice and polite here. These are my notes. Yeah.
Dude, this looks like quantum physics. What are you doing over here?
It's just really messy handwriting, Big Show.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It looks like quantum physics here. This is time, space, continuum.
You're giving me more credit than I'm due. I'm not that smart. That's just a scribble about comic books and and games. Yeah.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that. Comic books and games are good.
Well, thanks very much for joining me here. You are here for the Smackdown tour in 2010, and I'm assuming you guys are on the road all the time. Now, since I come from a gaming publication, my first question has to be: do you guys get time to game at all? Do you like gaming? What's the thing?
Do I game? Let me enlighten you, my friend, on how I game. I actually, most of the guys rent cars and drive to the towns. Each town usually is 250 to 300 miles apart. I, in my smart business venture, have leased a tour bus like the rock stars have. And I actually have a bus with 50-inch plasmas and Xboxes on the bus. So I get my gaming in. I have to. Gaming's therapy for me. I'm a first-person shooter guy. If I can, spread some pink mist and some pink love, I'm good.
Do you like to take on the other superstars on tours? Is it a personal thing for you?
I've had a couple of guys in rooms at home. I've had Kofi join. I've had Hornswoggle join, and my gamer tag says it all. So I'm not gonna say it now because I don't want a bunch of friend invites, because I'll have to shoot you in the head, because that's just the way I roll.
Because I hear Kofi's brings game when it comes to Raw versus Smackdown versus Raw. Is that right?
Raw versus Smackdown, Kofi is very, very, very hard to beat. I have a big problem playing a video game like that when I'm on it, because I just get mad at myself. Get up, and I press A and press A and press A, and I just lay there, so it drives me nuts.
What about you, Kelly? Do you game at all with the other divas on tour?
Kelly's got the butt game.
I got game. I wish I could say that me and the other divas play video games, but we really don't.
She's too cool to do that, where I'm a giant nerd. I like the video game world, yes. I'd rather play video games than live.
Okay, Big Show, one of the questions I've always wanted to ask you guys, if you game, do you have to play as yourself in Raw versus Smackdown?
In Raw versus... No, I'm the Undertaker. Flat out. I'm the Undertaker. I remember one time one of the gaming companies or something, they had a Raw versus Smackdown, and they had my hit points at like 72, and they had Chris Jericho at 89, and I threw the book at the guy. Are you kidding me? Chris Jericho? That Lilliputian? He's got more strength points than I do? Not happening. So since then, they've moved my strength points up in the game for fear of my wrath for real. That's the only good thing about being a character in a game. You can get a hold of the gamers and strangle the life out of them and make your character better.
I was going to ask that, actually. Do you guys have much of a say as to, what you guys look like in the final product, your skills and your attributes?
Oh, I do. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, let's not do the anatomically fat Big Show on the game. It's a fantasy game. Just give me a little muscle, little cuts, little abs, a little swagger when I walk. It's good. Let's not do the fat, limping, real-life Big Show.
And what about you, Kelly? Because you're a relative newcomer to the game scene. You've been in, I think, the last 2 or so now, like 3, yeah, like.
This is my 4th now.
Yeah. So what do you think about seeing yourself as a computer image there?
It's really cool, actually. My family asks for games all the time, and they always call me like, "Oh, we're playing you right now." Like my mom, my dad. It's like the weirdest thing. My little sister plays, and I'm like, I wish I could say the same.
I need to call them about the part where the Big Show gets to date the divas in the game, because, that would be a fantasy part of it, because obviously I can't do it in real life, so in a video game it'd be nice to be like, hey, baby, how you doing? And then, I get, never mind. I'm having a moment. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now the Smackdown vs. Raw games are obviously, massive sellers. How much do you think they actually, drive new audiences to the TV show and the live shows, or do you think it's the other way around? People discover the TV shows?
There's a direct correlation between making fans, because I know, personally speaking, that I actually got into golf playing our Arnold Palmer golf, the old Arnold Palmer on the Nintendo. I actually played that so much, I was like, wow, this looks like a lot of fun. And then I actually got into playing golf, the sport itself, for real, because I like the game. So I think a lot of fans, it's quite possible for some fans to play the video game and then see our characters become familiar with our characters. Because let's face it, I mean, our characters on the Raw versus SmackDown are so lifelike, are so real. Our moves, our movements, our mannerisms, the voices are us on the games. I mean, I've spent days in the trailer doing the voices for the interviews and whatnot, so I know the time that we put into it. I think it's absolutely highly possible that we've actually converted wrestler fans that just picked up a game that wanted a great action game and then realized, hey, this is pretty cool, let's find out more about it.